Russian President Vladimir Putin and Syrian President Bashar Assad met in Moscow on Wednesday to address escalating tensions in the Middle East, Russian authorities reported on Thursday. Putin expressed his concern over the rising tensions in the Middle East, particularly in Syria.
I am very interested in your opinion on how the situation in the region as a whole is developing. Unfortunately, there is a tendency towards escalation. We can see that. This also applies directly to Syria.
He highlighted a troubling trend toward escalation. Specific details of their discussions were not disclosed. Assad emphasized the importance of their dialogue in light of current global and Eurasian events.
Considering all the events that are taking place in the world as a whole and in the Eurasian region today, our meeting today will be very important to discuss all the details of the developments of these events, to discuss possible perspectives and scenarios.
Russia has been militarily involved in Syria since September 2015, working alongside Iran to support Assad's government against opposition groups and reclaim control over most of the country. Despite focusing much of its military efforts on Ukraine, Russia continues to maintain a significant military presence in Syria, with troops stationed at its bases there. The leaders' last meeting was in March 2023, marking the 12th anniversary of Syria's civil war. At that time, Putin emphasized the critical role of Russian forces in stabilizing Syria. Putin's meeting with Syrian President Bashar Assad comes right after its closest ally. China ramped up its diplomatic efforts in the Middle East. On July 23rd, China successfully facilitated a joint declaration between Hamas and Fatah, aiming to bridge the divide between the Palestinian factions. China's push for a unity pact between Hamas and Fatah highlights its growing role as a Middle Eastern mediator. Meanwhile, Russia continues to strengthen its influence in the region with ongoing military and diplomatic efforts in Syria. Both nations are positioning themselves as key players in the Middle East.